What's good? What's good? What's good? I know I did that on Tuesday. What's up? Welcome to Crazy Pinfalls. Wicked Crazy Pinfalls. You got your boy here, Throwback, and my good friend, hopefully future co-host for BodySlam.net. That would be sick. Mr. Head of the Table himself. All hail the head of the table. Drew Nicholas. What's good, bud? How you doing?
You can do it again if you want. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Don't worry.
Yeah, next thing you know, I get a T-shirt, send it to you, and be like, I acknowledge you. You just walk into the freaking WWE.
I do love this acknowledge me hat, though, that I got from the Barclays Center when I went to SmackDown. It feels nice. It just feels right. Yeah, so I'm gonna peel behind the curtain right now. I am now I am in it now. I am part of the StreamYard gimmick, and it is fun because this is what I've been missing when I've been on the show for the past year.
Yeah,
every time
I kind of like gave him control considering what's going on in August.
Every time, and I didn't tell Pat this before I hit live, but every time I've done a stupid head of the table thing, a video or whatever that he's played, I've never been able to see anybody's reactions to it. So while we were doing the countdown to start the show, I realized, I can see, whatever's playing for me when I haven't been like the co-host or whatever title you put for me here. I haven't been able to see anybody, so I just see the screen. And I've been like, man, like sometimes, like when Anakin's MJF video was playing, and we don't see anybody, or we hear people. I would have loved to have seen everybody, but I never got to see anybody because I wasn't in the creation producing aspect of this. So that's really fun. I like it.
Don't let that power go to your head, but I know you'll do the right thing. As Spider-Man.
Drew.
Power comes with great responsibility.
I had to do it once.
So first thing before we keep going is that we're back on Anchor now. I started uploading some of the show stuff, and I just started with the morning show with Maggie. I'm going to give people an audio snippet of me and Drew did a car stream that we're going to put out soon. And I'm going to put the audio side on a little earlier just so people can get a little taste before the video. I mean, you got this guy over here that's freaking the handsome one of the two. I'm just the freaking schmuck sometimes.
Look, I'm not handsome yet. I just started DDP yoga. So okay.
I'll
get there eventually.
I mean, it's going to be fun to have you as a producer anyways, so. But, I mean...
You've given me too much power. I don't know if I can handle it.
I'm waiting for, like, Maggie to watch this and be like, why? But it's okay. I mean, we're going to be posting some shows on there from past shows, tournament stuff, all that jazz, because it's going to be like a retro going backwards. I'll have time in between certain things where to kill time. If I'm doing something other than napping on a Wednesday, I'll just post some of this stuff and just keep going. It's everything. By the way, the best advice about having a kid is that the same thing that everybody says that you need to do, you should do. And I've been trying to sleep as much as I can. Try clamming at least an extra nap or two in between.
Before it's too late.
Oh, not before it's too late. It's a blessing. I mean, I'm happy about this.
Oh, no, I know. I just mean, like, your sleep is done.
Well, I mean, not really, though, but, you still get it.
For a little while.
Yeah, but, I mean, at least I could call you.
Drew.
As somebody who will be the uncle of my kid. Why don't you just take the audio version and snip it and just literally have it as like your intro for your
I have to figure out how to do that.
You just download it after the show.
I told Throwback this before we started. Like, there's video clips on the sidebar for StreamYard, and like 4 of those clips are different people saying my name. So I see, just going down the list, of Dennis Farrell, RJ City,
Drew, buddy, what's up? It's Sean.
and Sean.
But we got the 2-year coming up eventually. We're almost literally 35 days away from having 2 years. Can you believe we've been doing this for 2 years?
Well, you've been doing this for 2 years. I really just started a year ago.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. It's just, can you believe that this show's gone for 2 years, and it's just basically almost 2 years, and I haven't lost my mental aspect of it. If people knew the truth about the conversations me and Drew have, you guys would be completely shocked how great a guy this guy is and how positive he is. Everybody says I'm the positive one in the community. Drew does that more than I do, man. So.
Hey, I put on a good facade, that's for sure. Like everybody has these times where you just can't be positive. I think it's a human thing. It's like you can't always be positive. Something is going to negatively affect you.
Yeah, it's always something. It's whether it's one thing or the other. So let's get into the nitty gritty a little bit. You and me were on the NXT BodySlam.net show. Go check it out. Go to Bodyslam's YouTube page and stuff. Yes, we put over everybody we care about. Hell, go to Fightful Overbook with this dude over here with Joe Perlman and go help them out. It's an interesting question popped up, and I thought about it. And the question was, how would we both book NXT 2.0? Your comment privately was funny, but I think that we could break it down and just for me to do it here, and then eventually, if Cass agrees to it, which I hope, we will do your side, and that way people can compare the two and go back and forth and see it. It gives an idea. And then you'll critique me calling me an idiot half the time for this stuff too, because obviously
to be honest, this, we could TEW this. This is something we could really do, for real. Just what TEW is, right?
Kinda. I think it's the program that Jeremy uses.
Yeah, where you can run your own promotion, whatever promotion. Yeah. I know him and Joe did Booty Pro over.
Him and Cass are still doing some of it too. Him and Cass are doing something like that too with WCW, I think. But it's something for me where it's I like to give people an idea and stuff. Next week, by the way, I'll be in my living room watching it. The NFL draft's on a Thursday, so why not watch both of those at the same time?
Well, you're going to be the only one watching that, because I don't participate in sports ball.
Yeah, I know, but still, it'd be fun to watch anyways. You'd be like, oh my God, talking halfway through, and you're like, throwback, what? Patriots haven't picked what?
That's on. Oh well, funny. Ironically, I didn't do this on purpose, but on the late night grin, Joe and the Oracle of Wrestling were doing the stream, and Oracle was watching. I think it was football or maybe basketball. I think it was basketball actually, and he did exactly what you just said. It's Oracle just reacts to something while Joe is mid-sentence on wrestling, and that has nothing to do with wrestling. Pretty funny. I like watching those guys.
Well, I know Love Wrestling, Pluggo did a Final Four, and your boy right here, yeah, I won that. And I'm still waiting for my prize. And guess what? It ain't gonna come much. I made a suggestion. Why don't we have both of each other on? JPJ, Pluggo, over here. Yeah. I'll move the show for a day just to make that happen. And they're like, I don't know. I'll try to pitch that again and see if it sticks. But
or we could just go on the show.
Pretty much. Take over or something like that. Yeah. No, those are great guys and stuff. Ed lives close by. He lives a few towns over, so hopefully me and him can get together and do stuff. Ed's a good person and everything. So, but NXT this week was like we've already covered that for Body Slam. What did you think about Raw this past week?
It's it's kind of well. The thing is that it's kind of the Cody Rhodes show now. So, like he had was that this week? Was he started the show and yeah, he started the show and then Seth started the show and then Cody came out and then Seth made the surprise opponent. We all knew who it was going to be. Especially if you subscribe to Fightful Select. Yeah, and then they had the match like an hour later. So Cody got like 2 full-blown entrances in an hour span. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously that's. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, see what happened? I mixed up the Miz talk show, the Miz TV, and then the match that they had, and then the set. So okay, so that was 2 weeks ago. That was Miz TV was 2 weeks ago. This week they started the show, and then the main event was Cody and KO, which was actually a pretty decent match. Of course, it ended in typical WWE fashion. Welcome back, Cody, and I don't knock it at all. I'm actually happy to see him back in WWE. I think that's where he fits the most. You could see kind of like towards the end of his AEW run that it was not working out. The crowds didn't want to cheer him. He didn't want to be booed. He did cut a really good promo, 1 or 2 really good promos before his last match with Sammy Guevara. But yeah, I mean, he's made for Raw. He honestly is.
Do you think in the short term, not now, but eventually, it'll be like AEW light kind of idea? I've heard a few people say that, not on Twitter, but just like people who have talked about wrestling in general in certain aspects, that Cody might actually make suggestions how to make Raw better. I wouldn't go so far as it's going to be AEW Dynamite, but I think it could be, Rampage type kind of show where it's like they try to convince them to shorten it out 2 hours and then go from there. As much as everybody cries about it and stuff like that, Raw definitely needs to be 2 hours. It's never going to happen, but it definitely needs to shorten out a little bit. It's wishful thinking.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, I will. If I were in control, that would be the first thing that I did, honestly, before firing Kevin Dunn. The first thing I do is I go to USA Network and I say, listen, here's the thing. We can't do this 3-hour bullshit anymore. We got to cut the hour. We can make it WWE centric in some fashion, but it can't be a live wrestling show for the 3rd hour because it just kills the product.
That's why with the 2 hour thing, you had so much jam packed into it. You never know what was going to come on, but because it's 3 hours and it just drags at times, you're just like what Sean said. Like I've heard people even say this. Like he literally will go through everything and go from there. So I mean,
hey, I'll do this. I'll take care of this.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey,
are you there, man?
Yeah, I cracked my screen, so sorry about that. I do apologize. Get another phone soon anyway. So, how's everyone doing?
Not
Doing
bad.
good.
Trying to be here considering my girlfriend's watching. She just texted me saying, "Yes, Drew, you're right. You will never get any sleep."
Well, guys, I'm going to give y'all a little update. I am not officially an East Coast guy. I am a Missouri.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm in Bridgeton, Missouri.
So that means Tim's going to Double or Nothing. Awesome.
Hey, wait a minute. I got news for y'all. let me break some information for y'all.
You're a dad.
No.
You're
Close.
You're walking
Well-
Jesus.
Well, kind of. No, I might be
You go
going.
to Applebee's on a date night.
Nice, Vince. No, let me seriously say this. There might be a possibility I might go to St. Louis for a Dynamite. AEW comes in town January something. I think it's 15th or something like that.
What's that? You're going to Double or Nothing? Awesome.
No,
You can see Rob
no.
down there and stuff.
Well-
Sean, maybe.
Well, I'm actually going to a Dynamite show here in St. Louis.
Oh, well, St. Louis is like 3 hours away. Ooh,
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, try
How's it?
15, 25 minutes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, from Chicago, I mean, going from St. Louis to
Oh,
Chicago, it's
yeah,
like 3
yeah,
hours.
of course. Yeah,
That's really cool.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, I started looking at homes in Pittsburgh because I just wanted to get the hell out of the East Coast. So I'm very
come over here to see. Come over here to Missouri, please.
I would like to see Drew in Frederick because I have family in Frederick and it's so easy just to drive
Well,
to Frederick and
let's
see a
just-
friend too.
Well,
I hear
since
there's
the
good
last,
distilleries in Frederick.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. So a few weeks ago, for a couple weeks ago, I had what they call Dogtown Pizza. That's here in St. Louis. It's actually a local pizza place or pizza thing, like a local pizza event. I had their vegan pizza. Holy crap. It's good.
It is.
Drew, my friend, you would love it here. I'm seriously telling you, you need to come here to Bridgeton, Missouri. It is very nice out here. Peaceful.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I would love peace. That would be wonderful.
Well, so anyway,
Well, I mean,
guys,
if Drew gets what he wishes in August, if it does happen, he's still there. He'll have a baby in one hand and a title in the other. Sorry, Shane.
well, I mean, let's say this. I found somebody special in my life now, so
Oh.
Let me guess. Deanna Peraza.
no. I will tell
Anakin
y'all.
JMT.
No, actually, I don't. I don't live far away from Ray and Anakin.
They're going to Detroit to the Detroit show, so I know how that is.
Yeah, and I'm not far from our boy Pluggo.
Yeah, I know. When
I'm
I
not
go to
far-
Maryland, I won't be far from all y'all. So
Well-
Well, us East Coasters now, we have FOMO right now, some severe FOMO.
Well, guys, look, I've been out here for almost a month now, or 4 weeks now, here in Bridgeton, Missouri. It's awesome. It's very awesome out here. It's peaceful. It's nice. It's calm. A much more better environment than I was a few weeks ago.
I just want to say this because I know we're pulling jokes to make Tim laugh because this is just awesome. You ever see what is it? I watch this every Christmas. Love Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the British dude that goes to the freaking northern part of America and all the freaking girls go after him because he's British.
Pretty much.
It's just
Right.
Midwest girls with him and the East Coast
Well-
tone.
Well, just to let y'all know this, y'all know I'm a Atlanta Braves fan. I'm converted to a Cardinal.
Well, you could have two teams in the MLB.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
like a
know.
huge
Yeah,
thing.
I know. Actually, I don't live far away from Kansas City, Missouri.
You know where I was last night?
Where?
Fenway. Nothing trumps that.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
I even had Cass. I sent Cass a picture of it, and he's like, "Dude, that's on my bucket list." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm lucky. I have it in my
It's-
backyard. Know what's on my bucket list? Wrigley."
Actually, I can't. I'm still want to go to Boston. Or wait, let me rephrase that. Is it now throwback? Please tell me if I say it right. Boston.
No, it's Boston.
I know, but they have the accent.
It's called a regionalism. You know what?
Yeah.
Just because of that, I'm gonna do this.
Really?
I didn't do it. He did.
We're a bunch of
Throwback.
dorks. Come on, man.
Pat, no, throwback knows I'm just ribbing him back.
Yeah.
I just gave him a seat.
Oh my god. I can mute people. I could be a muter.
Well,
I'm not gonna
guys, it's been a while since I've been on here. The last time y'all saw me was in an undisclosed location in Virginia Beach. So let me put it like this. And Drew and Throwback, y'all are gonna like say what now? I actually drove 13 hours, 8 states, and 5.5 hours of sleep to get here.
When we are planning, because we're planning to go after the baby's born to go see my aunt, which is the baby's great aunt.
Yeah.
In Frederick, we don't go through. I'm only gonna do it one time coming back. Key term, one time, because of something.
Yeah.
Him.
Oh yeah.
I keep getting confused because of the camera.
Oh
yeah, that's true.
So
well, like I said,
it's a 10.5-hour drive from Lowell, Massachusetts to Frederick, and we do 84 to 81 to Maryland 15.
Right.
But on the way back, we'll take 95 to visit a good friend.
Yeah. Well, it looked like this. I live in a community. I live in the Wicked Pinfalls community. I live in a community now where all Midwestern, and now I'm officially a Missourian, and I'm officially a Midwestern. But you know something? I still love the East Coast, but nothing is better than out here. I can't trade it. No, I can't trade any.
For me, if I ever had to move, from the Northeast, it would probably be. Well, for one thing, wherever Amanda decides to go, because obviously I'm gonna go wherever she wants to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good man right there. I swear, it's a good man. And I would, for me, if I was myself, I would probably move down to Southern Georgia.
Yeah,
I always wanted to go to Savannah and check it out and stuff. And being there on vacation and stuff is
right.
No, Northeast.
No, actually, I posted something up today on Facebook. I have to screenshot it and share it on my Twitter because it's so really cool. But I sat there and put up there, it was talking about how I enjoy my life here. And I enjoy it because I enjoyed a different part of my life, but now I'm enjoying this part. So I'm enjoying my cooking and I'm enjoying Missouri a lot. I love the Midwest. And
you know what it just hit me too, because we're already 23 minutes in and the title of the show is different, is that he is literally in the hub of the heartland of the United States version of Fightful.
Yep, pretty much. That's another reason why I moved out here. And also, I will tell y'all stuff off camera. I'm not going to say it here, but I'll tell y'all in the DMs what's about to happen. Let's just put it this way. I'm just going to say this. I only spoke to one person. It's Sean. That's it. I only said to one person about what's going on. But I'll tell y'all about it as well. Don't worry. I will. But no, I'm just enjoying.
And the lie detector says you are the father, Jim.
Well, I'll tell y'all what. My dream was to be out here in the Midwest. Pardon my language. It's about damn fucking time I came out here because I love it. I love this state. I love everything about it.
I'm very happy for you. I'm really happy you're
here. Well, I appreciate it.
As much as we're joking around, that's how we always have been, so it wouldn't change.
Yeah.
But of course, Tim will be on the 2-year show and stuff. We already did a retro show about everything. This year's going to be different because we're not going to do anything like that. We're just going to ask questions for everybody who comes by and stuff like that. I did, and I'm going to say this now, I do have a confirmation for another special guest and it's somebody that I started recently following their work and everything. So I'm ecstatic about it. But I've also got to pitch an idea for each, Love Wrestling, Fightful, and Body Slam to actually have an ECW version of this show on each one, and I'm hoping that my connections with the Wicked Crazy crew can actually help me out going through that.
Oh, don't
So,
worry. I love it. I totally love the whole concept of it. It's pretty cool.
So
But,
I mean, for me, it'd be fun to be like, yeah, Wicked Crazy Pinfalls on Fightful for one time, or on Love Wrestling, on Body Slam.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, eventually we'll see what happens. We've got time, but we've gone on
Right.
topic and stuff. So why don't Tim can sit around and stuff, and he can
Well, I'm
criticize
getting
me
ready
for
to.
it.
I gotta do some stuff. I got a personal. I got some articles I gotta produce. Yeah, I've been busy doing my diecast stuff. I know y'all been seeing it, and I've been straight killing it. So
Well, Tim, you're always welcome. You're always family on here, so
Yeah.
just come by anytime.
Oh yeah, of course. And before I let y'all go, I'm gonna plug my shit. Let me do that.
It's fine. You always can. You know that.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys, y'all can hit me up on Twitter. It's Tim Traver from the D Diecast Collective. You can also hit me up on Facebook right there, and you can also go join the site. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing. And pretty soon down the line, oh, and by the way, I am going to let y'all know this right now. Starting next month, there are going to be a few food reviews from my area. Stay tuned for that.
Well, I got the other idea of doing a cooking show on here.
I gotta get. Well, first of all, before I do any of that, I definitely have to get a new phone because y'all can barely see me now as it is.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, guys, I just want to let y'all know I really appreciate y'all supporting me through the rough times and the good times. And this is so far as, like I said, I've been here 4 weeks in Missouri. Did y'all see the dinner I created on Easter Sunday?
That was stoked.
It looked very good. Very
good. Yeah, and Drew, you'll be very proud of me, my friend. I'm starting eating vegan foods now.
Oh, very good.
I appreciate
awesome.
y'all. Well, appreciate it. And Throwback, do me a big favor. Keep killing it.
Yeah, I try.
All right, guys.
As according to my girlfriend, the lack of sleep is going to be the end of everything. That will
pretty
be
much. Well, don't feel bad because
well worth it though. Well worth it.
Well, don't feel bad because there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe for me, and like I said, later on after the show is over with, I will give y'all some insight of what's going on. I can't really say on here, but y'all get where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
So. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a good evening and make sure y'all understand. Y'all still continue following me and posting up stuff. There might be a possibility here in the summer. I might go see a baseball game here or two.
All right.
Cool.
Go have fun,
all right, guys.
Tim.
Yep. Y'all have fun.
All right.
Yep. All right. Bye.
He left like a cliffhanger, even though we were joking with him. That's a true nature of a good friend. So let's get to it, considering we're 30 minutes in and Drew's enjoying his power. So let's start from all the way up and down. We'll start with each division and stuff like that. For me, the women's tag teams would have to be it wouldn't be Toxic Attraction for one thing, because it feels like they've had it on for them for so long. It has to be something different and something fresh. I wouldn't mind seeing Nikita Lyons and I hate to say this, Nikita Lyons and Wendy Chu together, and just having All Out in that tag division.
Love to see Nikita Lyons. Am I right? Oh boy.
No.
Well, me for
I'm
one,
happy.
I'm gay, so I don't care.
Yeah, and I'm extremely happy with my girlfriend. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I hate to put it because I know she's watching, but I literally, like, I can't picture my life without her. She's literally the perfect woman for me.
Oh, I can't picture my life without the guy that's, sitting or standing or laying because he might have COVID around somewhere. But, hey, Zion Quinn, come on over, man. I mean, let's go.
Anyways, it's a real woman when you have COVID and she's in the next room trying to take care of you and putting stuff at the doorstep. So
yeah, I'm talking about banging other guys. My apologies, but I
This
know
is
that
why
you
this show is the way it is.
help.
But I would probably set them aside and give them the belts and stuff. Mandy would actually not be champion. I think they're going the wrong way with Cora Jade and Natalia and stuff. I think that they need to have a stronger champion. And Io is not on TV and Kaylee Ray's not on. So you pretty much have a small amount of talent that you're bringing in. If Io was still on TV, I would probably give it back to Io for a while and make everybody a lot more stronger trying to chase after it. Breaker is a good champion. He's got your heart right around your finger right there. But I think for Breaker and Gacy is the perfect fit for right now. But if I was booking it, I would probably end up giving it to somebody who's already established a little bit, and it probably would be like LA Knight, kind of like that, where it's just like, if Gunther was still around on NXT, he would be the NXT champion, but that's not in the cards at all right now. If you had to pick somebody from the main roster come down, I could see if Balor coming back again for a run. I could see who is not Drew Gulak would be a perfect fit in NXT right now, considering he is just not being used at all for the most part. I would put him in that spot and have like a crazy run and stuff. But if it has to be in NXT, Breaker right now is the perfect fit. But for me, it would probably end up being Sikoa, just for the whole bloodline kind of thing. Because I think Carmelo Hayes is not
North American title.
For the Sikoa for the North American title. I think Hayes would be going after the NXT title for my version, but I think at the end I would give it for the local boy and give it to him because obviously he makes the shot. But Hayes would be the NXT champion, and if I booked it right. Other than that, I mean, the men's tag team. I mean, there's only one good tag team I could say right now, ever since, for me, MSK's gone, is the Creed brothers. I just give them the belts and let them go rickshaw until there's somebody strong. You develop that stronger. Like if there was what's going on in 2 weeks, I would keep everything the way it's heading, but I would keep Grimes as the champion. Breaker would be the champion by DQ. To keep that thing with Gacy going, because oh my god, like we talked about on Body Slam, oh my god, that whole intro on the show that night, and
really great.
And then I would just keep pushing more stories and making it more efficient, because your women's champion does not have a challenger. If you're gonna do a show like that, wouldn't you want your titles online to make sense? And that's the problem with WWE programming; it doesn't make much sense at times.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I'll go more into depth. I might end up seeing if I could write something and having, like I said, having somebody fact check it and all that stuff, because God knows I can't spell for a lick of shit. So,
Ew, I've never heard somebody say that before. A lick of shit. That just sounds awful.
There's words I say like, and everybody like tilts their head like a dog. I'm like, horrid. And they're like, why do you emphasize the O? I'm like, I don't know. It's just the way it is.
Maybe it's a Boston thing. So I was actually, the reason why I was looking up was because on my second screen, I was looking at the roster for NXT because I really don't know everybody that's on the roster. So you went through everybody that you would book?
Yeah, pretty much that's happening now, yeah.
Okay, so interesting. There's like a couple of people that I've even forgot about already, like Boa. Where's Boa been? He hasn't been on TV in a while.
Well, Cadence and Carter and Catanzaro haven't been on TV, but they just got a name change too.
I didn't even see their picture when I was scrolling through. Where are they?
Hell, hell, to give a stronger challenger, considering
their
she's not
names are
doing
not
anything
different
on.
yet on in the superstars section on WWE.com.
But the one person I bring up for the main roster, and it just hit me because she just got married, would be Alexa Bliss, and have her go against Mandy and somebody else for the title, and have Alexa take a run at it, because that's the one title in WWE she hasn't had.
That I like that, actually. I didn't think about that. Okay, so let me focus. So I would say for the women's tag first, off of Toxic Attraction. Good Lord, away, far, far away. But I would probably do. Who is a tag? Like, maybe. So you had mentioned Wendy Chu, right? Was that for the tag or for the main
tag
title? That was for the tag.
Originally, if I was me doing NXT, I'd add a secondary title for the singles, because if you have a tag for the men's, a mid-card title, and then you have your main title for men, it should be only equal to the women.
Well, even the main roster doesn't have a mid-card women's championship.
Yeah.
Unless you count the 24/7 right now, which is ridiculous. Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu. I think I would make my women's tag champions. Because what I had seen of them together, I liked. So I kind of liked Dakota's little, talking to herself, imaginary friend type of a thing. That they're stopping, because sometimes she's doing it and sometimes she's not.
I could just see them bring her up as the main roster, and all of a sudden, if Alexa comes back into the character she was doing, she's Lily. That just.
Oh no, please. No. So I would make them the tag champions. For the men's tag, Creed Brothers, 100%. Creed Brothers, and I definitely would have Legado del Fantasma as the secondary. So I would have those two going at it.
For me, it would be the Grizzled Young Veterans, because it's well overdue.
Oh yes, that's right. You know something then? I'm gonna retract what I just said, and I will do Grizzled Young Veterans as my champions right now.
It makes sense.
I would do Grizzled Young Vets as my champions right now, with the Creed Brothers chasing them, and then they're gonna win at whatever show would be the next show, like Spring Break or whatever. Okay. Now the North American Championship, that is the most interesting one in the division, in the whole NXT division right now, because there are so many viable people for that championship. I think there's more viable people for the NXT championship than the main title, to be honest. You've got, just going through the thing, you've got Zion Quinn, you've got Wesley, you've got Tony D'Angelo.
Throw Dexter Lumis in the mix too, because even though he's technically in a tag right now.
Dexter, even Duke, to be honest. There are a lot of people. It's quite crazy. So this is what I would do, actually. I would split. I'm not usually a fan of splitting tag teams, but I would split Briggs and Jensen up. And I would have Jensen go for the North American title. I don't really care about Briggs. Other things aside about Josh Briggs, I don't really care about his character that much. And the funny thing is that what they've been doing with that tag team, he has to find somebody to have sex with, because he's never had sex before, apparently. They make Jensen look really stupid, like they're kind of positioning Josh Briggs to be the one that's over him, but I kind of feel like Jensen is over him because it's giving me more sympathy towards him, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of geared more towards Jensen than I do Briggs. So I would get rid of that nonsense and give the key to the North American Championship to Jensen.
For me, it would be different because, to quote a line from Bad Blood on the Roundtable podcast, it's gang war mentality. I could see Grimes creating a Southern faction with Briggs and Jensen
Oh, that's interesting.
to counter El Gato del Fantasma.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. I like that.
You'd
Because
have
you've
Grimes
got
as the champion, and then you could have Briggs and Jensen as your tag champions, and be like the Southern faction has all the gold, and then like it's not like the Bloodline where it's like the end all of be all if they can't hold all of it. But I'll go on a rant about that thing towards the end because
And you know what else?
pissing me
You
off.
know what else? Just bouncing off of what you just said. If you want to do like 3-man factions in NXT, you throw Wes Lee with Carmelo and Trick. I think that would be really interesting.
I mean, it eventually it's going to end up like this.
Right.
It's monkey see, monkey do when it comes to WWE and AEW.
So like I could have Jensen in the North American Championship, Zion, Wesley, I mean just endless amounts of people. Joe Gacy, not Grayson Waller because I don't give a shit about him. Dexter Lumis and Duke Hudson, and then of course the champion right now is Cameron Grimes. I would keep it on Cameron Grimes, but there's such a rich division of like mid card to upper mid card that could go after that title.
Well, that's what I thought about
main,
Gacy originally, and now he's going after the NXT title.
Right. So now I don't think he's a main title worthy person at the moment, but that I'm not WWE. They'll do what they want to do. So if I'm booking the main title now, Braun Breaker is a good first champion. At the 2.0 era, definitely. I don't really like I said, I wouldn't do Joe Gacy for this division at the moment. I don't think he's really done anything to deserve a top championship reign or like a match even. Like he really feels like a North American title type of a guy. I know they're doing the thing with Harland and pushing him as the big cult leader guy and whatever, but like what has he done of note in NXT really?
The only person I could see that would be a challenge for Breaker is Hayes. Like literally built in. I think he's the number one heel in NXT.
I agree.
And Breaker's the number one face. The problem is that they want to build this feud with them for like Rock and Austin, where they want to be like hinting at it, but they don't want to pull the trigger. It has to happen eventually. I mean, the way that Vince is, he's hinting at getting Breaker up there, and you know, this is why I'll get into my rant now because this is really pissing me off and I can't hold it. The Bloodline is saying they want all the titles, right? The NXT title was defended on a main roster show.
Yep.
So in turn, you're acknowledging that that is one of your major titles. If you're going to make a statement, and you're in WWE or any promotion, and you're just going to say, I want to get all of the titles. I want my faction to have all the titles. Doesn't it include titles that you've never won? I'm asking you this, Drew.
I would definitely say that it included titles you never won.
Roman Reigns hasn't won the NXT title. He doesn't have it. He has the Universal title. He has the North American title. Oh, and I'll even throw the UK title. He does not have the UK title. So how is he going to have all the belts?
I mean, I really don't think NXT UK counts because it's really just off on its own island, almost literally. It's kind of like the redheaded stepchild division.
Hey.
I'm sorry, you know what I mean, though. I don't think it's viable in this. I mean, obviously it's fantasy booking, so for you it would be viable. I totally understand that. I wouldn't even think about NXT UK in my fantasy booking.
But you get the legitimate about how NXT was that title was defended on a main roster.
Oh no, absolutely.
Against Ziggler.
Yeah.
So you're acknowledging that is a main card title for your company. So if your main champion, aka Roman Reigns, says we're gonna have all the gold, I hate to say this, but it should be. It's not a general statement. You made that as a public statement.
Right.
So you're saying
the thing though with that is, I just wanted to cut you off for a second because I understand what you're saying, but the thing of it is that Vince McMahon decides when NXT matters to the main roster because they don't address it really. The only time you really see NXT being addressed when it's the main roster is when there's a commercial on Raw during, like between segments when there's a commercial for NXT the next night. There's really no mention except for the last 2 weeks when Braun Breaker and Dolph Ziggler had that match for the NXT title.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no mention or any type of talking about NXT. So what I would do is, and I didn't think about this until really just now, there's a picture out there, I don't remember, somewhere on Twitter, I don't remember where I found it, where they show, the whole, what should be like the whole bloodline right now, with Naomi included, having the Raw Women's and the SmackDown Women's Championships. It's like one of the coolest pictures. It's Roman with both titles, the Usos with both titles, Naomi with both titles, and
Sikoa with both,
and Paul with the 24/7 championship. Which I think is just, actually, I kind of want that now, to be honest, because that would just be hilarious. It really would. And to see Roman turn to Paul and say, "Council, go get that title for me." I just think it would be hilarious. It really would. But to pretty much what you were just saying, Solo Sikoa with the NXT and the North American title, so he has both main championships. Roman has both main championships. The Usos have both tag team championships. And Naomi has both women's championships.
But you're also forgetting about the Usos, right? The NXT tag champions. That would count.
See, I kind of wish that there were more of the bloodline in NXT besides Solo Sikoa, because I like the bloodline has its own division within itself. Like a standard mob family. You've got the head honcho, and then you've got the underboss, and you've got the lowly people.
You got your Tony D there. That's a Roman Reigns. He's the Tony D.
So I wish there was like a more bloodline in NXT besides Solo Sikoa, because then Solo Sikoa could have the two main titles, and then the other two men could have the tag titles, and then the woman could have the woman's titles. It would be nice. I know that it's not possible because there aren't. But I think that's something that's kind of interesting, because this way there's like they're really controlling the entirety of WWE, with the main roster being Roman, the Usos, and Naomi, and NXT being Solo Sikoa and whoever would be the tag champions and whoever would be the women's champion. So that this way it's like everybody in the family, like, because Roman is not going to go to NXT.
No, you never know. He might just pop in, though.
He's not even like on Raw that much lately. So
yeah, he'd rather be on Fridays, but I could see him popping in on NXT if Vince asks him for a favor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he himself as Joe wouldn't want to do it. I'm saying like the character Roman Reigns. Like the in my mind, I'm thinking again. This is like Tony D again. I'm thinking, just like what Tony D did on Tuesday. He didn't attack Santos Escobar, his underboss or his under the underboss, whatever that title is. They attacked Santos Escobar because they're doing the head honcho's dirty work. So that's why I'm like, why would Roman want to have a presence in NXT when he's got Solo Sikoa? So Solo Sikoa could be the underboss of NXT and run NXT and always bounce back to him all the information that he needs. And that would be pretty cool to have like a segment on SmackDown or Raw of Solo Sikoa in the room, that of Romans wherever they are, and then they're talking NXT business, and then he's like, okay, go get that thing for me. Deal with that on Raw. Deal with that person, whomever, on NXT tomorrow for me. And then so like that would be like a really interesting way to bring NXT into the main product.
It would probably weave everything a lot more interesting too, because you have more stories to talk about and more people to go after it. It for me, it's more so like if you make a statement like that you're saying you want all the championships, why not just go after it? Unify the WWE championship like you just did. Unify the Universal title like you did. Why not do the NXT title if Roman? And if you legitimately look at Roman's career, there are a few things he hasn't done. He's won a Royal Rumble. He's been Universal Champion, WWE Champion. He hasn't won Money in the Bank. He has won. He's been Tag Team Champion with Seth before the titles become brand split. So him being a tag champion before the brand split started up with SmackDown Live. I still consider him like part of that. But the one title that's eluded him, because it wasn't NXT, it was FCW, is the NXT title. So, and Money in the Bank. Those are the two major things that a lot of people say, oh, well, I've done that. I've won that he hasn't. I'm going to say the same thing with Sasha too. Sasha's won the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Champion. She's been NXT champion. She hasn't won the NXT tag team titles, but she's won the women's titles, tag team titles. So the only thing for her is winning the NXT ones.
Right.
And I could see her and Bayley going down and actually winning those against Toxic Attraction. I mean, that would be an interesting thing. But
yeah, and think about Bayley and that would be. I think Bayley would have a cool little run in NXT 2.0 like Alexa too. I think that would be nice. I think because now while you were talking, I was thinking of this whole thing. I feel like if this was the black and gold era of NXT, before, maybe even before AEW was a thing, maybe something like this would be happening. Your idea. I think then Roman would probably go down and try and get the NXT title. I think now, I mean, first of all, they redesigned the NXT title to this weird colored bullshit. and then for the same for the women's main title too. And then it's just not the same anymore. Like I wouldn't, like, if I'm thinking, like I was saying before, I'm thinking as Roman Reigns, this show is so beneath me. Really, this is the show that I'm gonna have my Bloodline Solo Sikoa run, because this is beneath me. I really think that NXT 2.0 is like not even, honestly, and I'm gonna talk really harsh here. I don't think it's a television product. Honestly, it's really not. And I'm pretty sure that while the USA Network is probably like, oh, it's getting decent ratings for what it was, that's not what they signed up for. They didn't sign up for NXT 2.0. They signed up for what they originally signed up for, which was the black and gold NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not. It's an interesting show to watch. It's not like, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I used to think it was a bad show, but then I kind of like opened my eyes to it more. There are some good people on this show that I enjoy watching, like Carmelo Hayes, like Braun Breaker, like Cora Jade and Lash Legend and Nikita Lyons. But it's just not a television product to me. It really doesn't feel like it. It feels like a WWE Network or now Peacock type of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should go back to the old standard where it's just like an hour, but you can't do that. It's not their new show that they are producing on Peacock.
It could happen if USA Network says, yeah, we don't want this anymore. At the end of their TV deal, whenever that is.
I think it's next year or the year after.
And I don't like talking about stuff like that, but it's really like, it's just how I feel personally. There's nothing against the people on the show. Most of the people on the show, fuck you, Grayson Waller. I don't like you at all. And these new tag team champions that are literally the worst thing on earth.
Pretty deadly.
Yeah, I hate them. I really don't like them at all. That was such a stupid thing that they did. That should
Don't tempt somebody to give you a cameo with Pretty Deadly doing it. You'd lose your crap right there.
Yeah, they would just go, and then look at me seriously. Like, it's just bad acting. It's bad shit. I really don't like it at all. The two Lord Farquads, as I said on the Body Slam podcast. It's just NXT 2.0 is just not a television product, and it's now missing all of, except for kind of Cameron Grimes. I mean, I feel like Cameron Grimes is kind of the last iteration of Black and Gold, really.
No, you got Roderick Strong there too. So.
Oh yeah, that's right, Roderick Strong too.
That's the other thing. I think
it looks like Diamond Mine might be turning on Roderick Strong soon.
I think Strong should be the one who is who would, if he does the heel turn by himself. I think he would be a perfect fit for against Breaker, because Breaker would need somebody who's more credible than Gacy after beating Ciampa.
See, when I was doing my whole planning of what I would do at NXT, I didn't even think of Roderick Strong.
And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. It's 9:02. Both of us have to do stuff in the morning. So I'll wrap it up, considering Drew's producing today. All hail the producer. Dun, dun, dun. You know the best part about this thing is that they just add stuff all the time. And, stuff like this always happens all the time.
Oh, that music? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that section. That's weird. I don't really like this music very much, but it's interesting. Feeding the duck. Okay. That wasn't feeding the ducks. That was something.
No.
But
But
there's something called feeding the ducks, so that's weird.
So I'll wrap it up. Check me and Drew possibly every Tuesday night. Go to bodyslam.net's YouTube page. Go check them out. Go to slamchats.com and support them. Help them do great things for the writers and stuff. Every Thursday night here, Wicked Crazy Pinfalls. We'll try to get a show, everything. We're getting closer to 2 years, to a big 2 years. I'm going to try to reach out to people in about a week or so and see if I can get a lot of people to pop on and pop off. We might end up having 10 people on here, which is great. And multiple conversations at the same time. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully everything works out. But, go check out the Anchor. I'll put the link out in the description eventually. Go check out Fightful Overbooked. See him with Mr. Joel Pearl on their show. Then on top of that, go see Rob and Maggie tomorrow coexisting together. Support all these people that have been on this show, because without them, Mr. NXT here would not exist to be able to do that. I took that as a compliment, and I'm thinking about changing the name on the Twitter, saying throwback 978 Wicked Crazy Pinfalls. It says NXT of the community or something like that to make people pop. It's going to be a fun time. A lot of great things are coming down the pike, and you never know that we got Backlash coming with a championship title on the line, and then another one going on.
A title is going in that box. A title will be in that box. I promise you that.
And then we'll end up having another number one contender for Money in the Bank and stuff. So it will be fun. Other than that, Drew, tell them where they can find you.
Well, my name is
Drew.
Nicholas, and you can find me on Twitter. God, that's so much fun. You can find me on Twitter.
Pluggo pops up in the last minute. Are you still on Pluggo? Or are you just still watching from the distance? Wait, if he's still up for it, let me see if he is, because we haven't had the star show up because of his contract.
Oh, okay. That's GPJ and Pluggo together. I'm like, what is that?
Let me see if Pluggo wants to pop in, because he hasn't been on, and he's probably like, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, we could have Pluggo on for a little bit if he wants.
Yeah.
As we wait for that, my name is Drew Nicholas, and wait, somebody else just popped in now too. Dan
wow,
J.
are we getting rated by freaking Love Wrestling? I think we are. What's up, guys? Thank you.
Unfortunately, we were going to be done.
Why not? I mean, we've got always time to.
I could keep going for another few minutes. I don't mind.
we always
were talking
do
about how we would fix NXT 2.0. I called it not a television product, which would probably get me canceled on Twitter. And Throwback had some good ideas for Roman trying to get the NXT championship, and the Bloodline taking over literally the entirety of WWE, even NXT UK. It was pretty fun. So please go back and watch this whole podcast, because it was a really fun podcast. Tim Traver popped in and let us know about his Missouri happenings. And yeah.
I'm just waiting for because it looks like Pluggo basically came here and Dan came in. So I'm like, yo, what's up? Really? But it looks like he's not available because I sent it.
Yeah.
The star still has to hopefully fulfill his contract eventually. So
that Brock Lesnar deal that you signed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have advised that.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like,
exactly. That's exactly what I like right there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if it's got to be something where if you make a statement on public television, on national TV, that they're going to go for all the gold, you need to like literally back that thing up.
I totally
You
agree.
know,
with you. I just wish that it was the original black and gold and not 2.0.
well, I mean, it's got to be something like, just something where it just makes perfect sense, kind of like,
Drew, buddy, what's up? It's Sean.
stuff like that, where it just makes perfect sense to everything else.
Hey, I'll
I
fight for
mean-
the Fightful Championship if I need to also. I got more squares back here. I can put a Fightful title. I can put the Wicked Crazy title. Another title. A lot of titles could go back here in these squares.
Yeah. Well, I guess no answer, so we might as well just head out. Thank you guys for popping in. Other than that, just have a good deed, pay it forward, do something special for somebody. All right. Have a good night.